Good morning, student. This is Devdut Adiwal and I'm going to teach class 10 mathematics. So today we will be discussing this chapter called linear equation in two variable. So to understand this chapter, we'll begin with the meaning of the name of the chapter itself. So the first thing is here it's linear. We'll understand what is the meaning of linear. Linear means something that does not varies with, that means suppose you have an x and suppose another variable y, so they are like dependent variable. That means if you put a value of x, you will get some value of y. In this context they will not vary with each other. So let me put it in a very simple word. So first we have a variable. Variable means something that varies accordingly with our choice. Suppose there is a scale which can measure your nose, for nose. Suppose another scale is there for ear. Another scale is there for, suppose, head. Now suppose you want to measure your stomach. So it's not possible with this kind of scales to measure the stomach itself. We need a very big scale. Now with this scale we can measure nose, ear and our head. So it's like the mega scale of this three scale. So variable is something that varies according to your choice. You can put x equal to 1, you can put x equal to 2, you can put x equal to 3. It's up to you totally. Now in this chapter particularly we will be dealing with the graphs. So let me give you one small tutorial about the graph you have studied before. Suppose you have a graph. This is our x-axis, this is our y-axis, this is the negative of y-axis, this is the positive of y-axis, and this is the negative x. So while going from 0, this is the 0 coordinate or called origin. Now while going from the origin to the positive axis, it's like a number line. You will get all bigger numbers once you go this side. If you go this side, you will get all the smaller numbers. So in a kind, this is a negative side, this is a positive side, this is also a positive side. If you go up, positive. If you go down, you will have negative number. If you go this side, again you will have negative. So this is from 0 to positive, negative. So once you have this, you can deduct them in their right places. So once you have the graph, you can say this quadrant, this 4 section of a graph are called quadrants. Total there are 4 quadrants for 2D graphs. For 3D graph, with each axis it varies. So this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. So in the first quadrant you will have only positive number. Here you will get x-axis positive. First in the graph we put x-axis, so it is negative, then we'll have a y-axis positive. Here negative and negative. Here you will get positive and negative. Negative and positive and negative. So these are the detail of the graph. And now you will get different equation depending on the question. And you have to deduct the equation from the writings that has been given to your book in the form of questions. let's say we have a line. So it is a line which you cannot measure in anyhow in the mathematics itself until you have something to compare itself with. So we will choose a graph, and now we can say which is its coordinates. So suppose 1, 2 and 3. So 3, and y it does not vary. For x it is always same. It will always remain in 3 section. So we can say it's a constant graph for x equal to 3. So a lot of graphs you will get. So it depends. Now this linear equation in two variable, they are a kind of polynomial, but they have two variables and a degree of 1. So all the equations in mathematics, they have a standard value, and you have to compare yourself while writing the equation with the standard value of equation. For linear equation of two variable, you will have a standard equation ax plus by plus c equal to 0. A, B, C are the constants. There is A, B and C. They are the constants. And x and y, they are the variables. So in a way, for 2D drawing for 2D graphs, you will have to know two different equations. Like we can draw this one also in 2D, but for your book class 10 syllabus, you will get two type of equation, and you have to solve them by different methods, which we will learn in the later chapters. So once you have two equation and they have their own standard form, that is a1x, b1y and c1 is equal to 0. Again you will have a2x, b2y and c2. So these are the two equations which we will see in the later of the chapter, how we will solve these two equations. For now we will finish the video here. Thank you all.